Now it's Doucette looking to push for Winthrop.
He's got no numbers, got to wait on a little help here. Nice pass.
Nick Johnson dials up the long distance three. Harrison on the dribble for Winthrop. Tack splits two defenders, banks it home. 8 minutes to go, Winthrop up 5.
That's just a tough shot that Kason Harrison found a way to make.
75-67, lead is 8. And Book can't get the stick back dunk. Up ahead it's Harrison from Doucette. Kick out for Jones the third for 3. Good! Marty Richter and the Upstate Spartans need a timeout with 7:11 to play. See what Winthrop has for an answer down 4. It's KJ Doucette. Dumps it down for Talford, who lays it in.
Yeah, he attacked Grunland, who has the 4 fouls. That's the right move there by Doucette. 4 fouls against 4 fouls makes a play for somebody else.
2-point game with a minute to go. Oh, I thought Napper had a chance to go for it there. He's going to call a timeout. Wait a minute, travels the call. A turnover for Longwood with 50 seconds to go. And now Winthrop could tie or take the lead in this possession. All right, Winthrop trying to get something off the inbound. In for Talford. Guarded by Christmas. Here comes the double team. Spins through it. Johnson lifts up for 3. Good with a minute 32 to go. Winthrop is up by 5.
That is a huge shot. And Longwood with a timeout.
This is why they come to play at Winthrop, playing big games. This is the second of 5 games in a 10-game span for the Winthrop Eagles. 4 of those 5 on the road. Now they won Thursday night against PC, a nail-biter down to the wire, 60-58. We are underway here in Rock Hill. Gardner-Webb is in red. Winthrop is in white. Eagles looking to start 5-0 for the 3rd consecutive season. They have been really the powerhouse in the Big South Conference for over 2 decades. And a missed 3 gets us started by Dufiel. Maybe not his game, but he had the open shot, and that's one of the principles in this offense. If you have that open shot, take it. But they really want to score at the rim and at the free throw line.
Yeah, they do, and they have to be more efficient in this game. One of the issues they've had throughout the season is they get in late clock situations like right now, and they struggle to find a quality shot and score the basketball. But almost 2 straight offensive rebounds to start this game as DJ Burns gets tied up down there on the floor.
Yeah, it doesn't take 1 player, it takes 2 to dive on the floor with DJ Burns.
Good luck. Yeah.
But that tells you the intensity of this game. I mean, almost 45 seconds in, and you got the preseason Conference Player of the Year diving on the floor for a loose ball. Love to see that.
Yeah, these are the 2 programs, as you see there, but these are the 2 programs over the last 5 or 6 years in the Big South Conference that have been the ones that represented this conference in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, the most recent, Winthrop has been the back-to-back Big South Conference champions, and the last team to make it other than Winthrop to the NCAA tournament was Gardner-Webb. And Tim Kraft, a 4 seed that year. He's done a terrific job at the helm in 9 seasons. He's never had a losing record in Big South Conference play.
Right now you see they look inside to Burns, couldn't find him there. Now they're going to have him lift out, and that's a large screen to work around when big DJ Burns makes his way outside.
He was calling for it. It's Hightower with the shot clock winding down. Airballs it wide, and it's going to be out of bounds. Gardner-Webb basketball. So neither team really getting anything going in their first possession, although Gardner-Webb maybe had a little bit of a better look inside.
Yeah, and what we see right away, we talked about the matchup in the open, right, is the 2 big guys in Reed and Burns making it difficult for the other guy to get the basketball inside. Changing the coverage on these guys back and forth as Reed gets it inside here, and there he goes to that left hand, unable to finish.
And DJ just so hard to shoot around. Maybe not a prolific shot blocker, but you have to account for that mass and size. Ball's going to be out of bounds off Russell Jones Jr. Russ making his 2nd consecutive start. It's his 5th start overall. Jones, Anumba, Good, Hightower, Burns, the starting 5 for Winthrop. Terry, Demurray, and Williams, Zion Williams, Kareem Reed, and Ludovic Dufiel, the starting 5 for the Running Bulldogs.
And it's interesting you mentioned Russell Jones Jr., the human press break is what I call him. He's unbelievable with his ball handling ability. He's low to the ground. They list him at 5'8". I think that might be a stretch. But he's such an important player, particularly off missed shots with this defense to get them running and get them easy opportunities.
There's that matchup we were looking for. That time it's Reed over Burns, and the Bulldogs take the lead.
And that's an example of what I was talking about, right? The first possession that Reed got it down inside, he missed with the left hand. This time he scores with the right hand as Enumba gets fouled on his way to the basket.
Nice drive by Mike Enumba. Lance Terry picks up the foul, his first. The junior from College Park, Georgia, the Heritage School for Lance Terry, where he was coached by a former Winthrop great, Joab Jerome.
How about that? And Terry is another one that keep an eye on. He can really fill it up when he gets it going as Enumba knocks down the first free throw.
He's been one of the Winthrop's best free throw shooters. Comes in 79%, Winthrop's leading free throw shooter, 75% over his career, so not really a fluky thing for Mike Enumba, who's a good offensive player, but he's arguably one of Winthrop's best on-ball defenders and one of the better defenders in the Big South Conference. Ties our game with the second free throw, 2-2.
I was getting ready to say, Mike, his defense is so valuable to this program.
Williams with a miss. Russell Jones Jr. rebounds. Winthrop looks to push in transition. But Credit Gardner-Webb, one of their strengths is getting back in defensive transition. And Tim Kraft told us what he loves about this team is they are locked in on the defensive principles that they're trying to instill.
And they better be against this Winthrop basketball team, right? Because they do so many things as Patrick Good gets the shot block there. Going to be interesting to see how they get him going in this game coming off a 31-point performance the other night. But one of the things that you better do against Winthrop is defend as a team because they probe so well and create so many different ways and opportunities to get easy shots.
Well, it's been a good defensive matchup so far. 7 on the shot clock, and Zion Williams hits the game's first three. The transfer from Missouri, Kansas City, the Roos.
That's right, the Kangaroos. And that's a big shot, right? Because they've got to find a way. Now they've scored inside and they've scored outside. They've got to find a way to create space to get some opportunities as Dufayel picks up the foul there, trying to battle with DJ Burns in the paint.
Yeah, whistle off the ball, and Dufayel picks up his first. And the team's second, the St. Joseph Martinique native.
I love this. I just love that, right? Like, I just, Martinique, it's just great.
Well, who wouldn't want to, not only say, it's fun to say, it's also, I imagine, fun to go to.
I haven't been there.
there.
I will say that.
You were just recently back from Puerto Rico in April.
Yep. Very good time on the island.
We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Drew Buggs checks in for Winthrop along with Chase Claxton and Kelton Talford. And stepping on the sideline was Chase Claxton. And that's one of those kind of unforced errors that have kind of plagued Winthrop. But Mark Prosser was telling us before the game, Reg, that, you know, with Winthrop's pace of play, he'll accept some of the turnovers, but they really have to lock in and protect the basketball.
Yeah, at the end of the day, possession is what you have to have to score in basketball games, right? It's that simple.
Oh, are you saying you can't score without the basketball?
You need the basketball to score, that's for sure.
It's a little surprising. Both teams have 6 assists.
That's because with the defense we're seeing, you guys are forced to make plays in late shot clock situations.
Here's a miss, and we're going to get an over the back here, I think.
No, they're going to get a Numba for being underneath Christmas. Yeah. He was trying to get the checkout.
He was trying to box out. But he's got to allow the player to land.
That's exactly right. Once he goes up in the air, you see it underneath. See, the contact kind of had already started.
Well, I think
but once Christmas jumps in the air.
Right. But I think if he stands his ground, I think just hunching over made it look like
it created a little bit of a bridge.
Yeah.
Right.
So Christmas, big free throws here. He's made all 3 today. And he's going to miss the front end.
Christmas with 15 points and 12 rebounds, his 3rd double-double of the year. That offensive rebounding prowess once again shows up as you see the substitution.
Yeah, Talford back in.
Kelton Talford comes back in for Timmerman, and Elijah Tucker on the floor as well for Longwood.
Big free throw here. Christmas to try and tie the game, and he's going to make it. So we are back to an even game here. 2:41 to play.
And now Massey is going to guard Kaysen Harrison. Massey, that 6'6" frame, long arms, difficult guy to get around.
Claxton for Johnson. Johnson guarded by Napper. Spins. Oh, what a tough take by Johnson.
I just assumed that Johnson was going to get an offensive foul there.
So did I.
And somehow, off the spin, he finds a way to finish the lefty. Big time.
In for Tucker, guarded by Claxton. Oh, it's stripped away by Johnson. 2:06 to play.
See, he faced up earlier in the game. He was facing up on Timmerman. Facing up on Claxton just allows the quickness of Claxton's hands to be a factor. And right there, he gets him in there and strips the basketball. Claxton is an excellent defender.
Harrison uses a Telford screen. Here's Claxton for three. And the ball's going to be a travel on Longwood underneath with 1:40 to play.
I tell you what, if
Massey.
That's big time by Telford. Just the activity inside becoming a factor in. If Chase Claxton would have hit that for the first three of the season, the first time he hits a three all season, the roof again would have came off this place. Look at Telford's activity. That's just active and staying after it on the offensive glass, and he draws the turnover.
All right, Winthrop trying to get something off the inbound. In for Telford, guarded by Christmas. Here comes the double team, spins through it. Johnson lifts up for three. Good with 1:32 to go. Winthrop is up by 5.
That is a huge shot, and Longwood with a timeout.
This is why they come to play at Winthrop, playing big games. That'll be the first on Jolly, 7th team foul. This is a 2-shot foul, and it's going to rattle out.
Mike, you mentioned it. Obviously, two teams that are going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Not amongst the top of college basketball in terms of free throw percentages.
Winthrop number 1 in free throw attempts. They're 2 in free throws made per game. As Atkins gets the second. And there's that pressure that they've done so well in the last 3 games.
So that's the thing, when you've got Johnson and Doucette out there with Kaysen Harrison and Jones III, just so many options.
That's going to be a hook there on McConnell.
Yeah, Nick Johnson just forcing the issue there, and he's going to get to the free throw line. This is what Winthrop does to you. They continue to just put pressure on you defensively, and all of a sudden the fouls start stacking up. Skinner, Dean Garcia all on the bench with 3 fouls as we head towards the last 8 minutes or so of this ball game with 9:07 to go.
Nick Johnson now 13 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 2 rebounds.
Don't look now, all of a sudden Winthrop 59% from the field. So that shooting percentage has come up here in the second half.
53.8 here in the second half, 7 of 13. Off the miss, here's Jones III to Harrison. Doucette to the rim. Oh, it goes in.
Timeout Winthrop here.
So a 70-67 Winthrop lead. 8:47 to play.
AJ Doucette looks like maybe he's in a little bit of discomfort over there.
Trying to see, trying to find him in that huddle. And on the other side, Marty Richter in his first Big South Conference game. His Spartans giving Winthrop everything they can handle.
Yeah, I think he's a coach that a lot of people might want to keep their eye on
His enthusiasm is infectious.
Absolutely. And if you look at some of the things that they're running offensively, you can tell he's well-schooled on offensive basketball. And then defensively, they compete. They're not the biggest basketball team. They compete. They communicate defensively. I think that program's got a chance to have a ton of success with that man right there at the helm. He knows what he's doing with a basketball team.
Well, with Darian DeVries, it's 6 straight 20-win seasons, and Marty Richter has a really good basketball pedigree. He's been a little bit of a grinder, but he's had a really good career.
A lot of times those are some of the better ones you're going to find because of what they've sort of gone through to get where they are.
And I say grinder as a sign of respect.
Absolutely.
Gregory guarded by Johnson, attacks to the rim. Oh, the hesitation. I think if he just went up straight with it, maybe he would have had a better chance.
That was a good job contesting there by Johnson as well.
Approaching 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Harrison on the dribble for Winthrop. Attacks, splits 2 defenders, banks it home! 8 minutes to go, Winthrop up 5.
That's just a tough shot that Kaysen Harrison found a way to make.
And now a bullet pass to nowhere. Harris was expecting a backdoor cut, and it wasn't there. So now it leads us to the under 8 media timeout. Kaysen Harrison, once again, weaving through traffic. Winthrop in the lead by 5 here in the conference opener. How long do you hold Mr. Dean on the bench with 4 fouls?
Yeah, it's tough. You probably look to bring him back. Maybe if you get some kind of a dead ball here shortly, you bring him back, and then you maybe
get
him right back off the floor, and you play some offense for defense substitutions. I'll tell you another thing that's interesting as well, Mike. At halftime, the Spartans had 18 points off of Winthrop turnovers. We are now 7:45 to go in this game. They still have 18 points off of Winthrop turnovers. Doing a better job taking care of the basketball here in the second half by the Eagles.
7:37 to play. Doucette attacks. Can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound. And a putback good and a foul with 7:32 to play.
We've talked about KJ Doucette's activity in this game, his versatility, attacks downhill, can't get it to go. Good job understanding where the shot is going because you just shot it. Attack your own miss and put it back in. Great job by Doucette. Now think about this with this Winthrop team, about 15 offensive rebounds a game. Mike, listen to this number. They rebound 42% of their misses.
Yes.
That is absurd.
16th in the nation in offensive rebounding.
That's how you keep yourself in games and potentially extend leads down the stretch.
75-67, lead is 8. And Book can't get the stick back dunk. Up ahead it's Harrison from Doucette. Kick out for Jones the third for 3. Good! Marty Richter and the Upstate Spartans need a timeout with 7:11 to play.
That is a great job by Kaysen Harrison, pushing the pace off of the missed shot. They push the pace. He goes as deep as he possibly can, gets walled up, but creates a situation. Watch 2 defenders have to come to him. 2 defenders. Now the kick, there's nobody there to run out and contest that shot. Wide open look. Jones the third drills it.
Spends a lot of time in the gym working on his shots, and it paid off there in a big one. And the Winthrop bench, they're putting up the 3 sign as well.
7 of his last 19 from 3 coming into this game. Shooting the ball really well. That's about 38%. So Jones the third knocks down another one.
So Winthrop plus 11, largest lead of the game. With 7:11 to play, Upstate with the basketball. Do not count these Spartans out, though. They're a scrappy bunch. Mr. Dean is back in the game.
And you know he's going to attack and look to get his team back in this ball game.
That may be why they made the timeout, to get him back in the game.
Absolutely.
Harris uses the Garcia screen. Little turnaround, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Jones the third. Mr. Dean a little dangerous there, possibly getting a 5th foul, but he was able to just lay off enough.
Yeah. I noticed he felt like they missed him on the post, but there was a double coming,
as Johnson attacks downhill with the strength and finishes at the rim.
14 points for Nick Johnson. Eagles up 13, largest lead of the game.
Yeah, see, that's exactly how you want to play Dean there. If you're Johnson, make him a jump shooter.
Here's Doucette, slams it home! Oh, what a rousing dunk for Doucette! Eagles up 15. It's been a 14-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds.